How to be a great recruitment consultant. As I look back over my career, I've dealt with a huge number of recruiters, and there are a few that stand out. The best recruitment consultants do two things. First of all, no client, no candidate is going to expect us to know. These are aspects that the better we understand them, the likelier we are to. So I think these are the attributes of the best recruitment consultants. Whatever role we're in, almost inevitably, it's very challenging. My role is to share the lessons of my 30 plus years of experience of running businesses, developing teams, leading turnarounds and assessing businesses for acquisition. On the ground in some format, I've been involved with over 150 different operating organisations and environments. And I've dealt with many recruiters, both as a client and as a candidate, and typically those roles have been engaged in finance or sales or leadership. My name's Rob Evans, and I hope you find this content both enjoyable and of great value. As I look back through all those years, the best recruitment consultants do two things. First of all, they know their stuff, and secondly, they're great communicators. And I'll explain more shortly, but first of all, I think the context to all of this is that recruitment fundamentally is a very difficult business, and it's a bit of a numbers game. But the best recruitment consultants operate in ways that has both the clients and the candidates feel like it isn't a numbers game, and that it is very much the people's game that recruitment in an ideal world ought to be. So that's the context to how the best recruitment consultants become perceived as the best recruitment consultants in the eyes of the clients and in the eyes of the candidates. And I think there's two parts to this, and I've developed a program to help recruitment consultants with this. The first piece is really knowing our stuff, having basic business acumen, understanding almost like a mini MBA of the overall business ecosystem, a basic numbers understanding, and then an understanding of how organizations are structured functionally, how organizations are owned, and having a methodology for being able to quickly get to grips with organizations in terms of their activities, what they do, I think is really helpful, because what it does is, one, it sets the context and the scene for the prospects that we're talking to and the clients that we're working with and the candidates that we're working with. So we really start to get a feeling for environments, and we really start to get a feeling for the type of challenges. We know, for example, a head office environment is very, very different than an operating environment. That's a very simple example. Not only does that help us and gives us confidence, that knowledge, that base of knowledge, but it also gives us a platform to further develop and grow our experience over time. We always need to start with a good base. And the second piece that naturally comes out of having this knowledge and this confidence is we're asking great questions. No client, no candidate is going to expect us to know their business better than they do, but the quality of our dialogue quickly shines through, whether it be great quality or not so great quality. So the better equipped we are going into every meeting and every discussion, the likely we are to be successful. Understanding environments is so important. I mean, clearly we have to understand the technical side. Whichever roles we're recruiting for, we need to understand that and understand it well. But context is an often overlooked attribute. A fast growth environment that's VC funded is very different from a family company, for example. These are aspects that the better we understand them, the likelier we are to find great solutions for clients and also great opportunities for candidates. So I think really knowing our stuff is important. You can find the program by clicking the link in the description or the comments. Also, I do keynotes and talks, lunch and learns, breakfast and learns, online forums. Every situation that we find ourselves in, however uncomfortable that situation may be, is an opportunity for us to learn. How effectively do we operate as an everywhere learner? I hope you're enjoying and getting great value from this video. Please give it a like and please subscribe. It really helps. Thank you. The second part is communication. Being a great communicator as a recruiter is such an important attribute. I think it really sets us up for future success. The less good communicators, in my experience, attempted to over communicate, have been perhaps over persistent in dealing with clients, and have under communicated with candidates. And the challenge with that approach is that over time, candidates often become clients, and over time, clients become more and more exposed to a good range of recruiters and really start to pick and choose the recruiters that work well with them. And as I look back over my career, I've dealt with a huge number of recruiters, and there are a few that stand out that I've had a really collaborative, strong, long-term professional relationship with because of the ways they operated, either the ways they operated when I was a client or the ways they operated when I was a candidate. And those individuals, I've noticed, as I've got later in my career, for them, they haven't had to work so hard. Finding opportunities and finding candidates has been a lot less difficult for them because they've got this base of individuals with whom they've got fantastic relationships. So having a long-term mindset and treating everybody in the process in a way they don't necessarily perceive or feel like it's a numbers game, they really do feel like it's a people game, is a very worthwhile mid to long-term investment in our business. And I think it still helps us in the short term as a recruitment consultant. So I think these are the attributes of the best recruitment consultant. So when we're asking the question, how to be a great recruitment consultant, focus on knowing our stuff, the context as well as our technical stuff, and being a great communicator. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and got great value from it. Please don't forget to check out the link. Also, please give it a like and please do subscribe. As I said, it really does help. I'll see you in the next video.